back to Hope's Kitchen, and we're so excited to be back in our kitchen again this month. And Jennifer, I'm going to let you start first.
Okay.
You have some yummy roll-ups that I think you're going to tell us about.
I am. So I have some turkey pinwheels, and I've already, you can pick whatever flavor tortilla you want. I've already put the cream cheese down. If you don't like cream cheese, you can do ranch dressing. What we're going to do is we're just going to start with some lettuce, or you can do spinach, whatever you want. Really, the key is just not to get them too full, because you are going to roll them up. And I have found if you make them too full, it all squeezes out the end. So the pinwheels are just the cut up version of really what you would use for a wrap. We're just going to roll them up. And obviously, the tighter you roll them, the more the pinwheel is going to give the effect. Then you want to wrap them in saran wrap. All right, and then you want to put this whole thing in the refrigerator for probably 2 to 4 hours. That'll just help it all kind of set together and turn out well. And so then I don't know if you guys can see these, but then when you cut them, they just turn out to these little pinwheels, and I think they're just such great little appetizers. If you don't want to cut them this small, like I said earlier, you can just cut them in half and just have a wrap. But I think super easy, quick, something alternative to like bread.
Definitely.
So there you go.
My husband uses wraps a lot instead of bread.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm a bread girl.
Yeah. She wants the real deal.
I do.
So what do you have for us today?
Well, the lady that I got the recipe from called it sweet cheese ball, but I don't think it really resembles cheese ball at all, but it is sweet, yummy goodness is what my family says.
Yeah.
And so when they find out I'm making it, they are totally excited. It's 5 ingredients, 2 packages of cream cheese, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of Cool Whip, so it's really not all that healthy. And then you can take, I use cherry pie filling because that's my family's favorite, and I don't buy name brand always, I do store bought whatever. So you mix the Cool Whip, cream cheese, and sugar together and just whip it up. I use my stand-up mixer, and then you open the cherries or whatever fruit topping, blueberries, strawberries. People have said the strawberries really good on it. And then you eat it with vanilla wafers, and it tastes like cheesecake.
Wow.
And it's super fast. It's super easy. You can mix it in like less than 10 minutes, and then you put it in the refrigerator for about an hour so that the sugar dissolves well with the Cool Whip and the cream cheese. And then when you put the vanilla wafer in, you can serve it in little cups, like, you know, the little ramekins that are clear. You could serve it in one of those and put the vanilla wafer on the bottom, and then put the cheesecake filling, cream cheese filling, and then the topping, and have it individual. You could probably put it in a cupcake tin, a muffin tin for cupcakes. So
Very
when you're short on
versatile.
time, when you're short on time, it's very quick. And so this is one of my go-tos.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Well, good job. It looks good. What do you have for us?
Well, mine is very simple as well, but I'm entering into sports season with lots of soccer, lots of baseball going on, and so I am doing sandwiches. So you can add whatever you'd like to the sandwiches. I'm adding ham and cheese. That's Mitchell's favorite, and so just a couple ham and cheese, and then some pepperoni, and we'll throw that on here. He loves pepperoni. He is very plain, no vegetables. Sometimes I'll do lettuce, but no mayonnaise, mustard. I like it all on there, but
My kids are the
that's
same way.
okay.
They wanna
Dry.
play. Yep, they do.
It's
Want it dry.
And so just to make it fun, we're going to make it into a star shaped. And the reason I've been thinking about different things that I can do is, you know, the baseball field, they're always wonderful at providing refreshments or concession stands, but it's not always healthy. And when you spend all day, you have back-to-back games, and you spend all day there, you don't want to continue to feed your son or kids hot dogs. And so I'm just making this fun and easy sandwich with a star shape. And then raspberry bites. And so I just take some Yogurt, you can use whatever yogurt you like. This is really simple and easy because it's already in the tube, and you squeeze it into the raspberry. And then to get that chocolate flavor, just add a little chocolate chip to the top, and you have your little raspberry bites.
That looks really good.
And
I'm looking
so
forward to that.
just raspberry poppers, I guess you could call them. And so you just take your raspberry, put the chocolate chip in there. And then I made this little, just a fun little thing if you're having to provide snacks for your team. You can throw all of the snacks inside this. It's just 2 paper plates. I cut them in half, stapled them together, and drew kind of a baseball themed design on there. And then you can throw everything inside of the plate. And there you have your snack for your whole team.
Emily, I think we're going to start with you because I feel like the last times we've cooked, you kind of got the leftover time. So.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, today I have some little bird's nests for you. I just made Rice Krispie treats, so you can get some crisp rice and marshmallows with 3 tablespoons of butter. Melt your butter, then you want to melt your marshmallows inside that. When they're getting gooey, dump 6 cups of Rice Krispies in and mix it up well. Then you're going to take just a little handful, probably about the size of your palm, roll it in a ball, and mold it into your little nest, like so. And then I took coconut. I used unsweetened, but you can use whatever you'd like, with a little bit of food coloring, and mix it up. And you get shredded grass. So you put a little grass inside each little cup of your little bird's nest. And then you can use any kind of Easter treat that you would like. I use jelly beans for this. You could use the little robin's eggs, or I think they make Reese peanut butter eggs that you could use. And then just put your little bird's eggs in there, and you have cute little bird's nests.
That is so cute. You know, I'm even thinking of licorice. You could probably take it, like, untwirl it and put licorice in there and make like a little handle.
Oh, yep, you could totally do that. And I've also seen them where they've dipped them in chocolate or put chocolate on the bottom or in the inside around the nest. Or I think we were talking the other week about using the crunchy lo mein noodles and putting chocolate on those, white chocolate or dark, dark chocolate, and then make those into your little nest. So you can get kind of creative with however you want to do.
Good job.
And so it's super easy and very fast.
It is
to make. And when you're working with the Rice Krispies, I had to call in my family and say, hey, grab some Rice Krispies, because they get hard really easy, and you have to work with them kind of quick. I also put butter on my hands before I started working with them because they are very sticky. So that's another tip that you may want to keep in mind when you're making them. But Rice Krispies are versatile. You can do many different treats at Christmas time. I think I did little holiday balls and then decorated those too. So
cute.
Yeah. So what do you have?
Well, I have a cheese ball. You were calling your family in to help, and I was pushing my family out not to touch the cheese ball. My husband loves cheese ball. My kids love cheese balls, so it was very hard to keep them out of the goods. But so I went ahead and made the cheese ball, and you can make cheese balls in a variety of ways. But for this cheese ball, there are 2 packages of cream cheese. You can put onions in it if you would like, but we don't do onions. 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and then the dried beef comes in packages like this. Seasoned salt, Worcestershire, and accent. So it comes out with really good flavor, but without the onions. So I don't know, do you guys like onions?
I put onions in mine, and I have a family member who hates onions, but she eats my cheese ball because I use a food processor, and I chop them up very fine, so she doesn't even know. She knows they're in there, but she can't feel or taste that they're in there.
So it doesn't mess with the texture. So what we're going to do is I kind of just took this cheese ball and I shaped it into what will be a carrot. And so you just want to take your finely shredded cheese, and what you want to do is just coat this all with cheese. You know how some cheese balls, like, they want you to save a little bit of the dried beef, and then you can put that over the cheese ball at the end. But I chose not to do this just because it sticks a little bit better to the cream cheese and not the beef. So cheese balls, with the cream cheese and all that, they're so versatile. Like, you can put in so many different things, and so Some people put nuts in theirs. Do you guys do any nuts?
No, I don't. I'm straight up old-fashioned.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, you can just pack this around. And then what kind of gives it the look of a carrot as well is if you just put the parsley. I didn't trim this down as low as you could, but just put the parsley at the end, and it kind of looks like the little
carrot.
Yeah, the little top of the carrot. And so then you can serve this with any type of crackers that you like, and also wheat thins. We like wheat thins in our house, and so also the round crackers. So it's just something fun for Easter, just to dress up your table a little bit. And I don't know which is the best shot here. So yeah, that's what I have.
Really cute. I like that.
I do too.
I love cheese ball,
I do
but
too.
to make it look different like that, I like it. I've done one to make it look like a pumpkin before, and did more of a pumpkin flavor to the cheese ball, and used graham crackers to eat with instead of just regular crackers. But I like that.
So what do you have for us?
Well, today I decided to do Easter or cupcakes, and I did sheep, and then I also made grass with Easter eggs in it. And so I will show you which ones I did. You just get whatever cake mix you like and just make cupcakes like you would regular. Make the cupcakes, and I grabbed icing, just vanilla icing, and then I put food coloring in it to change it green for the grass. Or I liked Emily's idea, you can do the coconuts and turn them green and put those on top as well. So I'll show you a little bit of both, and I'll try and make it quick. I know last time I was a little... And you can, if you don't have coconut and you want to spike it up like grass, you can take your knife and just kind of pull the icing up like that.
Yeah.
Cute.
And make it grass. I'll put some coconut on here. And then you just take your Easter eggs, and I got the mini eggs, and you just stick those right on top. You can do jelly beans, whatever is your favorite. And then I'll show you how to make the sheep. The sheep are really cute and really fun to make.
Oh, those are adorable.
Really easy to make with your kids too. So just white icing. That'll make the marshmallows stick. And you'll just cover your cupcake. And then next I make the face first. It's a little bit easier to do the face before you put the marshmallows on. So you can get, at Easter time, you can get the Reese cups that look like eggs and cut the egg in half and stick that on. I have hearts from Valentine's Day left over. So you put white icing first on the eye. And then you'll take black icing and make a little dot for the eyeball. And then you'll just stick that to the side of the cupcake. And then you will put marshmallows all the way around it and kind of push them in so that they stick.
Can we put it over underneath the camera, and then maybe they can, yeah.
Thank you.
There we go.
Okay.
There.
I'm moving too much. And so you'll just put the marshmallows on, make sure you push them down, and there you go.
That is so
There's your
cute.
sheep.
Oh, so cute.
So it's a fun project to do with your kids, definitely.
Yeah, I think I can. A lot of kids love the mini marshmallows, and so my kid, I don't keep marshmallows in my house because they don't stay.
Right.
And I have to say these are specific for this or that, and so they would have fun eating them and making the little sheep too.
I saw many others online as well. You can do ducks. You can put the peep bunny rabbits and stick those on top of here as well. There's many different things you can do with your cupcakes.
Those are very cute. I wouldn't have thought to do any of that, so. Well, thank you for sharing that. Hey, welcome back to our show. We're in the Hope Kitchen, and we have been here for a while, so I'm very excited that we're here. And today we have 3 new recipes to share with you. I'm here with Tammy Roberts. She's our nurse manager. And so Tammy, what do you have for us today?
Well, we're going to make 3 separate things. The first thing we're going to make is ranch Parmesan chicken. We have a vegetable casserole, and we're going to make homemade ice cream in a bag.
I'm excited about that one.
Yes, the kids will be excited about that too. So the first thing we're going to make is our ranch Parmesan chicken. And the recipe talks, it takes 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 1 packet of ranch dressing, the dry mix, 3/4 a cup of panko breadcrumbs, 1/2 cup of melted butter, 3/4 a cup of cheese, and we're going to have it in our baking dish. We're going to spray our baking dish.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is just spray the baking dish because you don't want it to stick.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I've got 4 boneless skinless chicken breasts, and you can buy the frozen.
Yeah.
I just bought fresh to save some time here. And we get the thin because
Yeah, I do too. I'm not a big fan of like the really thick
Right.
stuff. I try to keep the thin.
Well, if you get the thick, sometimes it's hard to tell when they get done.
Yeah.
The pieces on the edges will get done and dry out, and then sometimes it can be really chewy, and nobody likes chewy chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the dry ingredients first. And we're going to take 1 package of the ranch dressing.
You want me? I'm going to cut
Yes,
this over
go
for
ahead
you
and do
while
that.
you're measuring.
And then it calls for panko breadcrumbs. And panko is a little different than regular breadcrumbs. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, it's a lot airier, lighter, and they're larger crumbs than just the regular breadcrumbs. Thank you. It's 3/4 a cup.
Put this in here?
Yes, please, right on top of that. And it calls for 3/4 a cup of Parmesan cheese. Now you can use the powdered Parmesan, you can use the shredded Parmesan, but I also like Parmesan Romano and Asiago. Any of those kind of cheeses like that you can put in here kind of gives it a little zippy, zingy flavor. So I'm going to add 3/4 a cup of that.
I usually buy like the regular, I don't want to call it a brick, but it's like a triangle of the Parmesan, and that's, I grade my own, I shred my own.
Right.
I like it because it's fresher, it just has a better, to me, it has a better flavor.
It's cheaper though too. I mean, like,
I
you're
think
paying
so.
for someone else to
Packaging.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to put some gloves on because normally at home I wouldn't do this, but
For the sake of TV.
yes, and I don't want to get it all over me. We also have our butter that's already melted here, and it's 1 1/2 cups of melted butter. And you just take your chicken breast, and you're going to place it in the butter.
I mean, buttery.
And we're going to place it in our mixture. And you're gonna, when you do this, you want to make sure that you press in the breadcrumbs and the cheese and that mixture so that it's well coated, okay?
Oh,
It's
that
gonna
looks
look
good.
like it smells really good. The ranch makes it smell wonderful. So again, we're gonna place this in our butter and make sure it's coated well on both sides.
Yeah.
This smells good, and this makes your whole kitchen smell good.
I've seen the finished product, and I'm just so already thinking I can't wait till lunchtime because this is going to be really good.
Yes, this is what we're having for supper tonight, dear. And these, even though these are thin, these
I
are
was going to
pretty.
say, these are very large,
Yeah, they're
thinly cut chicken
Yes,
breasts.
they are. They may be thin, but they are really large.
Some of them you get, they're like really tiny and barely feeds
Right.
3 people. And so these are really big.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, again, as I am pressing that in, getting them well coated. And I always hate any fat or anything like that that's on there. I
Yeah.
got to take it off. All right.
So I've never dipped my chicken in like butter. Usually they say just, dip it in milk and then flour or an egg and flour. And so this recipe, makes my mouth water just thinking about how rich I'm sure this probably tastes.
Right. It's going to taste very rich. Okay. I'm going to make a little more room over here. Now, with the remaining stuff, sometimes I just take a little bit of this and I just drizzle a little bit of the remaining butter. You don't want it too buttery, but just a little bit of butter over the remaining chicken. And then we have a little bit of our crust or breading left over, and I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top of the chicken. And we are going to put this in the oven, and you want to put it in and leave it uncovered because all this is going to crisp up and it's going to be nice and golden brown.
Put your gloves in there, and then we'll move kind of stack it all together here. We want room for our finished product.
Yes.
Okay, so we put that in the oven for how long?
You put it in there for about 45 minutes. You'll know when it's done. And if your chicken breasts are really thin, then it may be a little less. It may be half an hour, but you can look at it and you know when it starts to get that golden brown.
Yeah.
You know it's done. And the smell will fill your whole kitchen and it'll be really good.
And that's at 350?
That's at 350.
Okay.
350 for 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
Or until it's done, you'll be able to tell. Next, we're going to go and start with our vegetable casserole. Most kids don't like vegetables unless they're like potatoes or corn.
We're broccoli people at my house. You want to put this whole thing in there, maybe just half?
I would put 3/4 of it in there.
We eat a lot of broccoli at my house.
Right.
We do sautéed, stir-fried. I steam it a lot.
Well, most kids don't like a lot of vegetables, but a lot of times if you cover anything with cheese,
cheese makes everything good.
Cheese makes everything better. So this recipe calls for the California blend, and that's broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. But you could also add mushrooms or onions or green peppers, whatever kind of vegetables that your family would like, you can add that. And of course, we're going to spray the bottom of our pan because it will, with cheese, it will become very sticky. So we've got, and the recipe calls for a 16-ounce bag, but we use a little more. So also the recipe calls for 1 can of cream of mushroom, but we don't really like mushrooms in our house. And so we like the cream of chicken. I know you do too.
I was going to say, I use cream of chicken a lot, or cream of celery. My husband likes mushrooms. My kids and I really don't care for them. I don't mind the flavor, but I just don't like the texture of them. So I use cream of chicken or cream of celery if I can.
And they also have, if you're worried about like sodium, they have the low sodium cream of chicken or cream of mushroom. They also have the heart healthy, reduced fat. I think they have several different versions. So whatever your family prefers, yes. So we're going to open this up.
Okay, so we've got, you can go ahead and mix that, and then we're going to add a third of a cup of sour cream. Is that what that says?
Yes,
okay.
A third of a cup of sour cream. And then again, you can use the fat-free sour cream if you like.
Okay, and then we've got 1.5 cups of shredded Swiss.
Yes, and we'll add that.
And then 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar.
Yes.
And then
we're going to the sour cream, and we got the French fried onion rings too.
Yes. So these go in the mix and then on top as well, or just
Yes. You can put them on top as well, but you put them in.
Do you want to go ahead and sprinkle or just give it a second?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and we'll put this in here because sometimes it's easier just to mix it all in the pan.
How much do you put in here?
You put about half of the box.
I love these things.
They are really good, and they make it really crunchy and sweet.
I've had the cheddar version of those, and they are really good. I bought them by mistake, and I made a green bean casserole, and I didn't realize that they were cheddar until I started to make it, and I thought, oh, here it goes, but it was really good. I was very surprised. My family was like, this is really good.
That's good. Well, we're going to set this over here.
Yep.
We're going to
mix it all up, and how long do you bake that?
You bake that for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
At 350.
So, okay, I'm really excited. I've got to reach over and grab our ice and our...
this is the favorite part. This is what everybody likes.
So, here's our finished product of ice cream that we made ahead of time for TV's sake. But
we're going to...
What do we have?
Okay, first of all, you need a gallon baggie and you need a quart size bag. We're going to take 1 cup of our half and half, and we're going to put that in the bag. We're going to take 3 tablespoons of sugar. We want to have we want to have a pinch of salt,
like kosher, like
just regular
salt?
table salt. Yes,
so like
just a pinch, yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to take our vanilla, and it takes about 1/8 of a teaspoon, but I'm just going to pour it in and kind of look. All right.
That's good. And then here we have regular like rock salt. Is that what this
that's
is?
That's our rock salt. Yes. So when you place it all in the bag, you're going to make sure you got all the air out of it.
I'm sure this is closed.
You're going to fill this bag about 1/3 of a way full. Go ahead and pour some rock salt. We'll just pour it on top of the ice. Yes.
Pour it in there. Okay.
You actually pour it in on the ice.
How much do you use? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. It's like whatever you would use for the when you're making homemade ice cream, regular. You want to make sure that all the air is, and you want to make sure that the bag is sealed.
Okay. So
and this gets really cold, so you're going to want to get some towels or gloves or something like that and shake.
Okay. So we're going to be loud for a minute, but I'm excited about this. How long do we bake this?
It takes about 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Okay, so we're not going to have 7 minutes for TV time.
Right.
But we go ahead and shake this
when
for
you
7
do,
minutes.
yes, and it will get firm. And what we do is we take and put like strawberries and blueberries. That way you're not adding a bunch of syrup. And this is starting to melt a little bit because it's been out. But
I like strawberries.
Now strawberries are really good.
And you could probably even, I don't know.
We have some chocolate that you can take a chocolate bar and just shave it, because sometimes if you get chocolate without like the chocolate chips and stuff, it gets a little too cold because the ice cream's cold, and this way it's very...
Oh my goodness, that looks so yummy. Can't wait to try
that. Okay.
All right, so now our finished products.
Yes.
We have baked our chicken for 40 minutes.
Surprise!
I'm excited. This looks really good.
And this is our chicken. And it smells really good.
It does. And then our vegetables we have baked for about 40 minutes as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, look at that. That looks so good.
It's good and cheesy and yummy, and
it wasn't, none of this was very difficult to make.
No.
And I think the kids would enjoy helping work with the dessert.
Yes. Oh, they will have a ball because kids like doing all that. So.
Okay. Well, Tammy, thank you for sharing your recipes with us and bringing this to our viewers. I know that we've had several compliments on our segment, and I just want to thank you for spending some time with me today in our
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed our time. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Hope Kitchen. Bye.